Chapter 2. The Age of Stones. Let's know. 4 Stone Age: Mesolithic, Chalcolithic, Paleolithic, Neolithic, Iron Age. Ancient Egyptians built pyramids which were used as tombs for the pharaohs. A pharaoh was the king of Egyptians. People worshipped him. People practiced farming at that time. People were great artists and craftsmen. They made statues, monuments, and murals. Stone Age. The Stone Age was a prehistoric period during which stone were widely used to make various implements. It lasted for about 3.4 million years. It ended between 8400 BCE and 2000 BCE. It was followed by the Iron Age. The Stone Age is further divided by the types of stone tools used in the period. They are as follows. Paleolithic period. Paleo means old and lithos means stone. This period lasted from early times till 10,000 BC, that is, around 12,000 years ago. It is also known as the Old Stone Age. In this period, we can find development of the most primitive stone tools. It is the longest period of humanity, that is, about 99% of human history. This age began when early humans started using stones as tools for cutting, scraping, etc. In this period, humans were grouped in small bands. They gathered plants, fruits, seeds, and hunted wild animals. They also used tools made of wood and bones besides stone tools. Paleolithic period is further divided into early, that is lower, middle, and late, that is upper Paleolithic. Factopedia. Old one is the term used by the archaeologist to refer to the stone tool industry used by early man in the Paleolithic period. Tools were made of stone. They were used as hand axes, scrapers, wooden spears, which were used for hunting and gathering. They lived in caves, huts, and skin tents. Mesolithic period. Meso means middle and lithos means stone. Mesolithic or the Middle Stone Age lies between the Paleolithic and Neolithic periods. It lasted from about 10,000 BC till 8000 BC. The stone tools made in this period are called microliths. They were smaller, sharper, and better than the tools of Paleolithic period. They also used bones and horns of animals to make tools. Along with the new tools, the older variety of crude stone tools were also used in this period. People continued hunting while some practiced initial stages of domestication of animals. It was a period in which early humans began to control fire and develop a language. It was a period of transition from Old Stone Age to New Stone Age. They made tools and weapons like bow and arrow, fish hooks and harpoons. People formed settled communities and started living in huts instead of caves. Neolithic period. Neo means new and lithos means stone. Neolithic or New Stone Age lasted from about 8000 BC to about 4000 BC. It was the final stage of cultural development among the early humans. There was still the use of stone tools. People settled in villages and were largely dependent on the domesticated plants and animals. There was development of crafts like pottery and weaving. There was cultivation of cereals like wheat, barley, and millet. Cattle, sheep, goats, and pigs were reared. There was transition from food gatherers to producers. There was introduction of metal tools and writing towards the end of the Neolithic period. A large number of axes, sickles, spears, and arrowheads have been found at different Neolithic sites in India and the other parts of the world. The tools were pegged, ground, rubbed, and polished to give it a better finish. It is quite possible that when men went hunting, women gathered plants and fruits from the forests. They were the one who noticed that seeds fallen on the ground grew into plants. This led to the idea of farming, which was a turning point in the early man's life. Gradually, the art of agriculture was learnt by the trial and error method. The Chalcolithic Age. Chalcos means copper and lithos means stone. So, Chalcolithic Age was the Copper Age. It was about 6,000 years ago that humans started using copper. Along with the stone tools, they made tools of copper which were better than the stone ones. This age is also referred to as the Copper-Stone Age, as both stone and copper were used. It lasted for a short span of time, that is 4000 BC to 2000 BC. This period marked a change from the use of stones to metals. The people of Chalcolithic period used painted earthenware, usually black or red. The pottery was painted. Some of the famous pottery items were dishes on stand, spouted vases, stemmed cups, big storage jars. They constructed houses with stones, mud and bricks. The houses were rectangular and circular with roofs made up of straw, bamboo and wood. Floors were made of clay. The Chalcolithic communities traded through barter system. Wheeled bullock carts were used for long distance trade besides the river transport. The dead were buried in a particular direction. Remains of both human and animals burials have been found. People began to travel for a long distance to obtain metal ores. This resulted in various Chalcolithic sites in different parts of India. The Stone Copper Age of India produced a splendid civilization in the Indus Valley. It was mainly found in parts of Rajasthan. Factopedia. In the Chalcolithic Age, common man lived in a house with a single roof, whereas the influential people lived in large mud houses with 5 rooms, 4 rectangular and 1 circular in the center. The people had no knowledge of mixing 2 metals, due to which they didn't use bronze, though they were expert coppersmiths and ivory carvers. Bronze Age. The Bronze Age is a historic period approximately 3300 BCE to 1200 BCE that was characterized by the use of bronze in some areas, proto-writing and other early features of urban civilization. Iron Age. The Iron Age is an era referring to a period of time in prehistory and proto-history when iron was majorly used to make tools. It followed the Bronze Age. It lies between 1200 BC to 600 BC. During the Iron Age, the best tools and weapons were made from steel. Steel tools and weapons were stronger than the bronze ones, though they weighed almost the same as the bronze tools. It took time for early humans to expert the knowledge and recognize the superior quality of iron over bronze. Between 1200 to 1000 BC, the usage of iron metallurgy and iron objects were rapid and widespread. Several new permanent settlements developed with the increase in the production of iron implements. Using iron for making weapons put arms in the hands of the common people. This led to many movement of people and changed the face of Europe and Asia. Iron Age in India followed after the Harappan culture. The main Iron Age archaeological cultures were painted grey and not black. Iron is easy to find but hard to convert into tools as it melts at a higher temperature than bronze. When the art of making iron tools was learnt by the blacksmiths, they made better tools like the metal plough. The fields could be ploughed better and more crops could be grown. Coins were also invented to buy and sell crops and tools. They also made iron blades of sickles, hooks, and iron axes. Time to recall. Stone was primarily used to make implements in the Stone Age. Paleolithic period began when early humans started using stones as tools. Stone tools made in the Mesolithic period are called microliths. Neolithic period was the new Stone Age when there was cultural development and introduction of metal tools. Chalcolithic Age was the Copper Age. when tools were made of copper. Trade was performed by barter system. During the Iron Age, iron was used to make tools and weapons. People grew crops and tamed various animals. New words: primitive, ancient. Microliths, small tools made of stone. Harpoons, long spear-like weapon used for fishing, etc. Earthenware, pottery made of clay. Barter system, exchange of things instead of money while buying and selling things. Metal ores, substances from which metals are obtained.